Welcome students. Now we will discuss the phase 3 20th July shift 2 chemistry paper. Okay, let us start. Which gas retard the rate of photosynthesis? It's carbon dioxide, nitrogen dioxide, NO2 and CFC. These are the options which are given. But already it is direct theory based question. We have already in NCERT book in environmental chemistry, because every time you just see we are getting some questions from directly environmental chemistry compulsory, and which is in just if you refer the NCERT book it will be enough, because it will be there directly in it theory based. So it is given already, because NO2 gas will kill that green plants, green in the, let us say, like what you call it as chlorophyll in the plants. That's why it will be NO2 which will retard the photosynthesis. So the option is B. Is it? Next, we'll go to the next question. In the nitration, HNO3 and H2SO4 act as both are acids, but generally we know now the nitration process mechanism. So during the nitration process, HNO3, H2SO4, fuming nitric acid and fuming sulfuric acid, which are taken here, when we add these two, what happens is the Ka values, dissociation constants, if you consider, the sulfuric acid is a better acid compared to HNO3. So H2SO4 behaves as an acid, gives H plus to HNO3. There you will see the formation of NO2 plus an electrophile NO2 during the nitration of aromatic compounds or benzene. So H2SO4 behaves as a acid and HNO3 behaves as a base. So the option which is correct now here is, so we just see, suppose the mechanism also, HNO3 takes, otherwise write like this, HNO3 OH, then double bond O, negative bond and O, H plus is coming from the H2SO4, then the lone pair of this will be taking that, then it forms H2O and double bond O, negative bonded O plus, and there is a loss of H2O, so that we will see the generation of NO2 plus an electron. So this is the basic mechanism, the first step, that is what we consider, or let us say the first, the how the electrophile generation takes place. So it is H2SO4 is behaving as an acid, HNO3 is behaving as a base. Come to the next then. Copper 2 plus on reaction with potassium iodide gives. So already we just see the copper reactivities and all that when you just consider. So Cu2 plus when treated with Ki, iodine can oxidize easily to I2, so that copper will reduce as copper plus, from plus 2 to plus 1. So it is giving copper iodide plus I2. So it is copper iodide is formed. The copper is reduced. Clear? Next. Hybridization of nitrogen in NO2 plus, NO2 minus, NO2 plus and NH4 plus respectively. NO2 minus, the nitrogen is, if you just consider already like hybridization concept, 5 electrons, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nitrogen has negative charge, we'll write 6 suppose, 1 extra electron. Then oxygens are consuming 2. So these 2 electrons are consumed for oxygen, these 2 electrons are consumed for oxygen again. And this is a pair of electrons left. So this is a lone pair. So one lone pair, the bonded pairs is 2. So the hybridization of NO2 minus is 2 plus 1, 3, that is sp2. And NO2 plus, so if it is NO2 minus, then if it is NO2 plus, then it is like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Plus positive is there, we remove one this. Then these 2 electron for one oxygen atom. These 2 electron for another oxygen atom. So totally it will be bonded pairs will be 2. Lone pairs is 0. So it is 2. Then it is sp hybridization. We don't require the anyhow the structures to determine now. Hybridization only. And NH4 plus is simply directly it is sp3. NH3 is sp3, NH4 plus is also by protonation. It forms NH4 plus. It says sp3. So sp2, sp3. So sp2, sp. Done. Let us see next. Bakelite is formed by copolymerization of formaldehyde and. So the actually we see the two polymers formations during the phenol reaction with formaldehyde. That is a linear polymer and a three-dimensional polymer. The linear polymer is called Novolac and a two-dimensional polymer is which is nothing but like linear polymer. And this Novolac and let us say suppose again formaldehyde reacts, then it forms the bakelite. That is bakelite formation takes place through polymerization of Novolac and formaldehyde. If you just see the reactions, it is like this. Phenol treated with formaldehyde in let us say like acid catalyzed process. So you'll see this is converted as CH2OH, then it forms OH, CH2OH. So the reaction continues here again between the phenol and this compounds, and you will get the linear polymer of this OH, CH2, CH2. This is what we say linear polymer called Novolac. Then when it is again reacting with formaldehydes and phenols, it converts into three dimension. Means you will see CH2OH again here. So this will convert now. Just you can remove this. This is bakelite. So the same linear chain is, let us say, like repeating again with that again formaldehyde exists here. It continues. This is what we say bakelite. Okay, done. So direct all NCERT questions directly. So mains now they are much in mains level. You have to be very thorough with NCERT book. Really. Direct questions sometimes. Magnetic moment of Fe plus 2 octahedral complex which has strong field ligand is. So Fe plus 2, what is the configuration of Fe2 plus electronic configuration? Means argon actually it is 4s argon 4s0 3d6. So when there is a d6 configuration, the 5d orbitals which are splitting in octahedral complexes as T2G and EG. So Eg orbitals and T2g orbitals. So we have totally 6 electrons here, T6 configuration. So in a strong field ligand, the pairing of electrons takes place. So you'll see 6 electrons will be paired. Therefore, the magnetic moment, which is not a spin only magnetic moment, because number of unpaired electrons is 0, it is clear. Which of the following do not have a magnetic moment of 1.73? See, there are so many questions which will be always in a mains or advanced, you will be seeing from the complex compound. So, mostly which is related to the, let us say, color, magnetic properties, everything in that, which is all, if you just go through carefully, then so easy. Because repeated questions will be coming for us. The magnetic moment of Ap plus 2 in, sorry, this is already known. Which of the following do not have a magnetic moment? So, what is that? If you see copper plus 1 here, configuration is 4s0, 3d10. So, 10 electrons are there in D, that will be completely paired up. So, it is having no unpaired electron, so it cannot have 1.73. So, here you have copper 2 plus, here also 1 electron, O2 plus, O2 minus is also 1 unpaired electron. So, all these 3, because copper plus 2 will have now D9 configuration. So, it is also having 1 unpaired electron. So, all the 3 will have 1 unpaired electron, copper plus, which is completely no unpaired electron. It does not possess any magnetic value. Okay. The order of hydrolysis of ester, acid halide and acid anhydride is. So, in aldehyde, ketone, which are acid-acid derivatives, which are reactive towards nucleophile, the reactivity order is generally we discuss depending on the ability of the group which can leave. Otherwise, you can just say suppose all these are acid derivatives only. So, R C double bond O G. Let us say a group that is maybe if it is G is OR, then it is ester. If it is OC double bond OR, then it is anhydride, acid anhydride. Otherwise, then if it is Cl, then it is acid halide. So, in them, which is the good leaving group, that will be the more reactive. So, the leaving ability is depending on the basic strength. Weaker the base, good leaving group it is. So, Cl minus, which is leaving here as Cl, because when nucleophile attacks, it forms a tetrahedral intermediates where the tetrahedral intermediates are unstable. So, Rc, O minus, Nu and G. This tetrahedral intermediate is unstable. To get stability, the group will leave. So, which is a good leaving group among these? Cl minus is good leaving group than O minus, C double bond OR, which is good leaving group than OR minus. So, leaving ability. So, the reactivity is also in the same order. That means acid halides are more reactive than acid anhydride. Acid anhydrides are more reactive than esters. So, acid halide. Now, which is what is the difference in the number of unpaired electron in NiCl2 and NiCN62 minus 0, 1, 2, 3. So, what is NiCl2? nickel 2 plus. Its configuration is 4s0, 3d8. It's a complex cell with a strong field ligand again. So here it is having d8 configuration, so number of unpaired electrons. If you follow Hund's rule and filling these d orbitals, degenerate orbitals, the d8 configuration will be like this: 1, 2 unpaired electrons. Now, if it is anice, this is also nickel 2 plus. Here also nickel is plus 2, but it is a strong ligand and octahedral. So the number of octahedral it is 8. So it's not octahedral because it is printing mistake. It has to be 4. Otherwise, you won't get -2. So cyanide is -1. So it should be 4. Actually, there is a printing mistake. So that the number of let us say coordination number is 4. So it may be a tetrahedral or square planar complexes, but it is a strong ligand. Therefore, it will become square planar. So here it is square planar complex. So we have totally now only d orbitals, first initially splitting as T2g and Eg, then Eg orbital further splits, clear? Then this one again splits. So only we are saying in the square planar complexes ligands are coming along in let us say hypothetical assumption, they are coming in an xy plane. So the ligands which are there in octahedral complexes along the z axis were already removed, are not coming along the z axis. So dz square exists here, clear? Dz square exists here, and here it is dx square y square. So here dxy, this is dyz and zx. So 8 electrons, totally d8 configuration. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So no unpaired electrons. So number of unpaired electrons here is 0. So he is asking the difference here. So 0 into 2. Okay. In the 13th group element of electronic configuration 4s2, 5p1, we move diagonally the electronic configuration of 5th period element is. So you have periods, 4th period suppose. 13th group and 14th group. So what is there in the 13th group? Boron, aluminum, gallium. So here carbon, silicon, germanium. So the 5th period means indium, germanium, silver. Anyhow, that we don't want the element anyhow. We want the element of 5th period with an electronic configuration. That means 14th period only. So the what is 14th period is 5s2, 5p2. Clear? Such a simple questions also. You concentrate on the basics, it is so. Which of the following statement about enzymes is not correct? Enzymes are not specific, but we say enzymes are biological catalysts which are highly specific because they depend on, let us say, like temperature of the biological system. They depend on the pH of the system. So they are mainly proteins or in compounds or proteins. So we say they are catalyst. They are mainly proteins. and the temperature and pH will be affecting the enzyme activity. So which is, we generally say highly specific, which is not correct. So option A is correct for us. Which is the following used in Keros method? Keros method is for analyzing the amount of halogens present in an organic compound. We convert the into, let us say, like sodium halides, then we convert them into the precipitates as silver halides, then we identify the amount of silver halide formed, then we can identify the percentage of halogens in an organic compound. So it is the silver nitrate which can be used for analysis of halogens by Keros method, Carius method. Next, PCl5 is decomposing to PCl3 and Cl2. First order reaction with an initial moles of 50 and finally 10 moles are there after 120 minutes. The value of rate constant is x into 10 to the power of minus 4 value. What is the value of x? So if it is a first order reaction, the rate constant k can be given as 2.303 by t log a naught by, or you can say moles a naught by, or a by a minus x. Or n naught by nt. There's so many different ways of operating. But PCl5, if you say as per the given information, PCl5, PCl3 plus Cl2, we have initially at t is equal to 0. We have 50 moles of this is 0, this is 0. But in the application, we always take only moles of the reactant because it is the number of moles or concentration of the reactants. So T is equal to 120, it is 10. So direct, so your A value is 50, A minus X is 10. So 2.303 by 120 log 50 by 10. This is anyhow given log 5 as 0.693. This is 0.3010 or 0.3010 because it is, oh, not 3010, sorry. So it's 693 that divided. So this is 2.303 into 0.7 by 120. So you can get the value 10 to the power of minus 4, whatever you clear. So we can directly get the value here. What is x? So the calculations clear. So it is already 10 to the power minus 2. You can take how much, 0.693. Do the calculations only, just simple. You have to do that calculation. That is what do you get. Okay. Choose the correct structure of paracetamol. So it's again theory. Chemistry in everyday life. We have all the compounds, molecule structures you have to little bit memorize. What is paracetamol is? It's a para amino acyl substituted, N-acyl substituted. So what is paracetamol is? It is N-acyl para amino phenol. So para aminophenol, this is anyhow not a aminophenol acid. So this is also phenol, but it is acyl. This is N-acyl substituted. Okay, this is our answer. Next. In the reaction, when you just carry out, what is P? The final product P is. So it is NaNO2HCl with amines, that is primary amine. the basic reaction is it's a diazotization. So the amine will convert as diazonium salt. That means your X is this one. That means not this actually. It is SO3H. It is SO3H. N2 plus and Cl minus. That is X. Now this reaction is a plasm group when present on the benzene. When diazonium salts are reacting, the reaction is coupling reaction, diazo coupling reaction, and the coupling takes place at para position. Means this will act as an electrophile. This is behaving as your nucleophile. So electrophilic substitution takes place at para position. Means N2 plus will be substituted. N2 plus will be substituted at para position to the plasm containing group. So here it is substituted at para position here. So according to this, it is not X also. That is SO3 N, that is this. It is at para position to that. Your answer is B. But here it is at not para position, it is at meta position. In this, anyhow, we don't have SO3H group. So answer is for us B. Reaction of amide with KOBr. A is a product. Amide with lithium aluminum hydride. So KOBr is nothing but actually it is a solution or a mixture of KOH and Br2 hypochlorite. Hypohalite we are getting. Bromite we are getting. Now this is nothing but the reaction of amides with alkali in presence, like halogen in presence of alkalis or bromine mainly. That is, we call it as Hofmann bromamide reaction. So in the Hofmann bromamide reaction, there is a degradation. One carbon will reduce. So the amides will convert into amines. So there is no effect of these other groups. Only it is converted to NH2. That is A for us. Then when lithium aluminum hydride is used, lithium aluminum hydride can reduce the amide into amines. That is, it converts them into. So there is no effect on this halogen. If it is the normal halogen, then it was reducing that also. But it is halogens attached bromine cannot be reduced. If it is suppose some CH2Br at this itself even, then it will be converted to CH3. But in this case, it won't react. So it is an H2 there, and so answer is B for us. Okay. Metal crystallizes in FCC lattice in addition to 50% occupancy of tetrahedral voids. Find the effective number of atoms per unit cell, metal atoms per unit cell. So if it is FCC, the rank of FCC is 4. Rank of FCC is 4. So there are 4, but the tetrahedral voids will be 8. Tetrahedral voids will be 8. But he is saying 50% of that is again occupied. So 50% of tetrahedral voids will be again occupied by the metal only. That means 50% occupancy means it will be 4 again. So 4 which are there effectively metals which are is having the FCC lattice structure. In the tetrahedral voids we have again metal occupying 50% of vacancy. So that it will be total number of metal atoms will be 8. 8 atoms effectively. An ideal solution is prepared by mixing A and B, in which mole fraction of A in the liquid phase is 0.6, then mole fraction of B in the vapor phase. So already we got even a question from the same solutions in the phase shift 1 morning session. Now we have again a question from the same on same base mostly. So here mole fraction of B, that is we are calculating YB. So XA is given as 0.6. P naught values are given for us, but P naught B into XB is equal to P total into YB. So P naught is 15, XA is 0.6, so XB has to be 0.4. P total is P naught A into XA, that is 0.90 into 0.6. Ninety into 0.6 plus 15 into 0.4 into YB. So what is YB? This is 15 into 0.4, that is 60 in 4 times is 60. So it is 6. This is actually 72, 99, 6 times 54, sorry. 9654. So it is 5.4 plus 6. Anyhow, this is the same thing into YB. So YB will be 6 by 11.4, means approximately around nearly around 0.5, means it is 12, then it is more than 0.6 what you get. Okay, so this is the thing. So he asked about x into 0.10 to the power minus 1. So this is the paper what we could collect from the memory. So 18 questions which we discussed. Clear? So we will see the next session. We will see the further discussions. Thank you.